Good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure and an honor for me to address the CEO Summit on the 25th anniversary of APEC. In 1989, APEC was launched by a group of like-minded economies with a shared vision for promoting regional economic integration and advancing the cause of free and open trade through the multilateral trading system. 4 years later, President Clinton convened the first leaders' meeting in Seattle, Washington, researching for ways to rekindle the then stalled Uruguay round of multilateral trade talks. In their declaration, those first APEC leaders stated, and I will quote it, "We are a vast Asia-Pacific market of 2 billion people where dynamic economic growth continues, contributing to an expanding world economy and supporting an open international trading system," end of quote. Does that vision still hold true in 2014? Maybe the population is bigger now than at that time, but as president of a medium-sized economy on the Pacific coast of South America, my answer is an unqualified yes. Today, APEC members account for approximately 40% of the world's population, close to 55% of world GDP, and about 44% of world trade. The most dynamic markets for our goods and services, as well as important sources of investment, cooperation, and know-how, are all present in this region. From Latin America, Chile sees itself as a bridge towards the Asia-Pacific, building a pathway to greater integration and prosperity. Some observers have identified a certain tension between two of the most powerful forces shaping our area, those of globalization and those of regionalization. For them, the trend towards strong regional trading blocs would be at the expense of a more efficient global trading order. We beg to disagree. We see them as building blocks towards the larger undertaking of the latter. We wish the Doha round well, and we will continue to push it. The WTO, whose Director General Ambassador Robert Acevedo is with us in this panel today, is a key organization in the architecture of global governance and deserves all our support. At the same time, there is no reason not to continue to push for trade liberalization on other fronts, including bilateral and multilateral ones. Chile is often described as one of the countries in the global south that has best managed the challenges of globalization, and it has thus done so through a variety of means. One of them is FTAs, free trade agreements, something that in the early 90s were pioneered as a key tool in our policy kit, an approach that has been described as a lateral international trade policy. Today we have FTAs with almost 63 countries around the world, including with some of the biggest markets. Another is that we understood very early that the most dynamic area in the world and the one with the fastest growing economies is Asia. In 2003, we signed the first FTA between an Asian and a Latin American country with South Korea, a leading APEC member. In 2005, Chile was the first individual country with which the People's Republic of China signed an FTA. Our trade with China, our host today at the CEO Summit, has increased fourfold in 9 years. And today, China is our first trading partner by far, with $33 billion in two-way trade in 2013. We have also played a leading role in the establishment of the P4, the forerunners of today's TPP project. Today, 4 of our top 10 trading partners are in Asia. The policy has borne fruit. Our exports have grown 9-fold since 1990, from US $9 billion to US $80 billion. Chile has become a significant magnet for FDI, as companies located on our shores can export freely to the world's main markets. In 2012, we were the second FDI destination in Latin America, and our FDI stock today borders $110 billion US. Our trade agreements contain groundbreaking provisions in areas such as trade in services, movement of business people, and environmental protection. They improve upon the standards of the multilateral system and trigger new debates on issues such as global value chains. So we joined APEC in 1994 and hosted its meeting in 2004. We will do so again in 2019. And like our fellow APEC members, we believe in open trade and regional integration. We are eager then, as we are now, to set the stage for negotiating free trade agreements with our APEC members. Through our integration of efforts, we have opened markets, diversify exports, and attract investments. We have also established close political and economic relations, signing trade agreements so far with 15 of the 20 APEC economies. We actively promote new integration mechanisms in the Asia-Pacific and Latin America, as we strive to bring together both sides of the Pacific Basin. With Mexico, Colombia, and Peru, we have established the Pacific Alliance, which, with integrated stocks markets and the free flow of goods, services, and people, a platform for interaction between Latin America and Asia-Pacific. We have also urged our fellow regional organization, Mercosur, to join us in this endeavor, and a fruitful dialogue between the Pacific Alliance and Mercosur took place last week in Cartagena. So we also strongly support the launching of the roadmap to realize the free trade area of the Asia-Pacific, AAP. We are certain that it will build upon the many regional treaties already in place or under negotiation, such as before the Pacific Alliance, the RCEP, and the TPP. The various regional integration projects in the Pacific Basin are no part of a zero-sum game. On the contrary, they complement each other and reflect the variable geometry of a complex, diverse, but ultimately highly dynamic and creative region, one that is setting the course and giving shape to the new century. APEC's voice will continue to be heard in support of the multilateral trading system now and in the future, as it crafts new approaches in the cause of free and open trade. APEC can also lead the way in dealing with challenges faced by our ever-growing economies, notably maintaining sustainable, inclusive economic growth. APEC economies are actively working on gender equality, inclusion of persons with disabilities, anti-corruption, and other matters not traditionally associated with free trade, but closely linked to reducing inequalities and promoting inclusive development. We understand that these issues are a vital part of modern societies, where cooperation between the state, citizens, and the market is essential, and Chile has set for itself a number of major reforms that move in this direction that will lay the foundations for further development. We would like to think that Chile has played a trailblazing role in bringing closer the regions of Latin America and the Asia-Pacific. APEC is the natural place to push for this ambitious but highly rewarding project to bring about cooperation and understanding between our region. May APEC continue to go from strength to strength. Thank you very much.